What's up, everybody? We got the 49ers round check. We are making a debut, and we got my man, 49er King 510, Antonio in the damn building. What is up, bro?
What is up, man? 49ers round check. Oh, shoot. I like the background. Okay.
Get
Yeah.
yourself checked up. That's what it stands for, man. We got to get ourselves checked.
Oh, yeah, man. Got to get ourselves checked. 49ers news, man. 49er time.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready. I'm ready.
Speaking of the recent pickup, man, we just recently just signed the wide receiver Marcus Johnson. What's your thoughts of that pickup, man?
Hey, man, he's a deep threat, for the Titans. I mean, he'll probably be our number three. Nah, probably number four. I like James as number three because I mean he has a bit more wiggle than this guy. This guy's kind of seemed like he's more like a straight line guy. But for depth, you can never have enough weapons in this NFL today. So um, I still want to draft one, possibly like in the third round. And we're gonna have Brandon Ayuk, we're gonna have Jennings, we're gonna have Debo Samuel. I'm saying Jennings and not Jennings. I said Jennings, and then the draft pick, and then this guy. That's the five. Well, we got Ray McLeod, the guy we just signed for as a punt. He's a receiver too, so we might hold six, or we might just not even draft a receiver, even though I think we should draft one every year. That's what I would do. But hey, I'll just have, or at least just have him compete with the draft pick and Ray McLeod. The best two out of three will make the team. Probably
Yeah,
so.
well, he does give you speed, and he's mostly been like a depth chart receiver throughout his career. He's been a journeyman. So if you add him on a cheaper deal, more than likely he's gonna have to compete for a roster spot because he's kind of like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of wide receiver. He's been going from team to team, so we don't know what he can do. So we'll see. But as far as him, it's like I like that we pick up these underrated guys. Last year, we just picked up Trent Sherfield last year, and everybody was talking about how good of a special teamer he was and how big of a receiver he was. But man, we're getting. Do you think maybe this is the next Trent Sherfield, or you think Ray McLeod would be that guy?
He might be. I think McLeod's gonna be that guy, man. I want to see McLeod run some routes, man. I mean, hopefully he's one of those guys that blossom late, because he mostly is like he's a return guy mostly. But if he can show some route running, because he got that speed and he has like height, so usually he has a short height because usually those short guys they have more wiggle, they have better route running, especially from the slot. So we need a guy to get open, man. Because we got Samuel and Ayuk on the outside, you know. And if we could just have like a great four, I just want four great receivers. Have the 49ers ever had four, at least like really good receiver, good to great? Like, I don't know if we had four. We've had three numerous of times. We had Jerry Rice, Owens, and Stokes, and a couple other times we had other guys. But I don't know if we had four guys we can like count on to make a play, like on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. I don't know if we had that, but now's the time, because we got teams in our division like the Rams. They're always stocking up, loading up. So we got to continue to beat them. And I know we lost to them in the NFC title game, but we beat them 6 times in a row before that, and we really should have won that game. But Debo Samuel only one carry, one touch in the fourth quarter. But that's story for another day. Um, so like I said, man, I'm excited about some of our new additions, man. I think we got more speed out there. We got more speed now. A couple of our signings.
Yeah, there's a speed element that he brings to the table. Like Johnson, I don't think he wasn't given a much of a fair opportunity. I think because he was like a reserve receiver, but he does have that 4.3 speed. So I'm just wondering, man, it's kind of intriguing. You sign this guy, and then you're kind of like making it more interesting. But do you? I mean, I still think we probably going to still add some depth pieces, even though we signed McLeod and Johnson. I think Johnson is just there to compete, and then you look at other guys like we just had what's his name visit Kamanto Ture. He was visiting like a few days ago, but there was no. I guess he didn't come away with a deal yet. But I think after draft day, maybe there's a chance we could sign him on a cheaper deal.
Yeah, never know, man. Like Shanahan, he got a. I want us to be three deep at running back, five deep at receiver, three deep at tight end. You can never have enough weapons, man. I mean, you got these weapons that are being traded like Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams, man. So, like, we got to stock up on that because whoever our quarterback is next year, Garoppolo or Lance, they need all the weapons they can get just in case an injury happens, and it usually happens because it's football. So, just want to have as much depth as possible. and sign cheap guys if you can, and try to get bargain basement. That's what it's about. You got to do that sometimes. And I got a
Yeah,
diamond in the rough, like Arden Key was last year, Kerry Hyder the year before. So we got this freaking we got an upcoming we have a Super Bowl contending team. That's my opinion on that. Despite
yeah.
some of our weaknesses.
We're kind of built more different with depth chart wise. We're kind of a little bit more better than we were. But speaking of what's been going on social media, you have Debo Samuel. Like Debo Samuel, it's like ever since those wide receivers got those contracts, it's kind of gotten Debo to change his mindset. Like the moment you see Devontae Adams get a big contract, and then Tyreek Hill gets a big contract. I mean, I think Christian Kirk had a pretty solid price contract in Jacksonville. And then you look at and what iced the cake was Stephon Diggs' contract. That pretty much iced the cake.
Stephon Diggs, yeah, all these receivers, man, I guess that just got them like, man, I'm just as good as these guys. I'm probably even better because I can play running back too. I got vision, because to me, he's Frank Gore mixed with T.O., man. Like he's that dude. He's like a 5'11" T.O. So I guess, and T.O.'s the second greatest receiver ever. So I mean, Debo Samuel, he's like transcendent in his own little way. So like I said, he's Mount Rushmore 49er receiver all time to me already after 3 years. So you got to pay him which you got to pay him the top dollar if necessary. I mean, supposedly he wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. I mean, I guess that's true. If that is true, then but they'll probably just front load the contract. That's what they should do anyway.
Yeah, front load means that he can get his big contract next year because the salary cap's going to increase for all teams. So that would probably be the smart move is to upload it, and then you can just get those contracts done. But the difference with Debo is he is a transcending position because he plays pretty much everywhere. Like the fact that Shanahan used him more as a running back, that's kind of what makes his value go up a little more because he does running back and receiver. And I don't know if he's going to get the top paid dollars, but man, I'd be surprised if he gets the big money. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking reasonable between maybe about 22 to maybe like almost 25 million at best. I just don't know about that top dollars, bro. Like, you only had one great year. You got to prove it.
Yeah, that's something I will say. But like I said with T.O., like after his first 2 seasons, he showed that he can be a good receiver. Then that third season, he was superstar. That's kind of what Debo's on pace for. First 2 years, he was good. He was explosive. But third year was awesome. So, but you're right. He does have to keep on doing it. Because like Tony Gonzalez said, he said, ballers, they ball every year. So that's what he got to do. It's like IU, he got to continue getting better. This is going to be his 3rd year. So I expect him to take a leap up too. Just like Kittle did in his 3rd year. Just keep on growing. Like that's what you do, man. So you got to keep getting better every day. And hopefully, in practice, he got our new free agent signing Ward. So he's probably going to be going against Debo in practice. So hopefully they both make each other better. So that'll be great.
Yeah. You speak of that, like Ward and Debo, they should make each other better in these matchups in practice. So, I mean, I know it's going to be a matter of time when he's going to get his contract. It's just like some people are kind of taking an over proportion of what's going on. Like he's doing exactly what Kyler Murray's doing. So the way Kyler Murray's doing it, it's kind of like exactly the same way. Like since he's not getting his contract, he's probably going to pull the same thing. But I think personally, he just wants to get his top dollars and then he'll stay put, man. Like they say, money talks, bullshit walks.
You know it, Debo Samuel. Come on now, man. Resign. Because I'm an Oakland A's fan, so it's like I seen what they be doing. They trade everyone, so it's like, oh, you're not gonna trade Debo. Like, it can't keep happening to my teams like that. but everybody, like our rival Aaron Rodgers says, RELAX, relax. He'll be all right. He'll be back in camp. It's April. It's early. He's in his feelings right now. He's like, man, all these receivers that they're getting theirs, I got to get mine. Like Tupac.
Yeah, he's got to wait before training camp, maybe, because I think when you look at the contracts, I think you're more than likely going to see a contract get done either in June or something, or maybe during training camp. But I don't know. Like if we don't get nothing done before training camp or during training camp, then maybe I might be a little concerned because then it's going to lead to a distraction and maybe it might come to a point to where he might just sit out the entire season and that might be a downfall. And the thing is, let's say it does go into that situation.
Yeah.
But who do you blame for this? The front office. You're holding on to Jimmy. This is not working. It's kind of hurting the team, and we got to get Debo his money. Jimmy, got to go, man. You got to go, bro. Because if this is what's going to happen, man, because the Niners, they should be able to have that cap space money, but they're not because Jimmy's still here. You got to free up that money.
They're freaking stuck. Hey, if the Niners had my Oakland A's team trading power, Garoppolo would have been out of here already. You know, he would have though. But hey, he's here. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is like the weirdest situation in the history of the 49ers, in off-season wise. Like we're stuck with a player, we're stuck with a contract. We're worried. Like, why did he get the surgery late? He basically did what Scottie Pippen did to the Bulls, man. Like when Scottie Pippen, one time he like waited he chilled all summer and then he kind of just got the surgery late. Garoppolo Pippen us, Scottie Pippen us, but I don't know. This is tough right now.
There's a lot to it. Like when you look at it that way, like it's just like you have one domino effect. Like Jimmy's not gone, and it's gonna lead to Debo wanting his money, bro. He's gonna be asking for his money. So Jimmy sticking around could get worse. Or like everybody's saying that it could divide a locker room. It's a matter of time, but I don't know. How long are we going to hold on to Jimmy, or do we even plan on keeping Jimmy for this year? That's the question.
Yikes! What do we do? What do we do? I mean, like, if you have to, but like, isn't there a way that they can restructure his deal, man, so I can drop it? But it doesn't seem like it is. Or you know what? If they gotta pay some of his salary to trade him, you got to do that. I mean, life is about taking a step back to take 2 steps forward. So, and that's about as step back to take 2 steps forward as it gets right there, right? Paying some of his salary and trading him. So you got to do what you got to do, man. So come on, man. Work it out. Work it out.
It's got to come it's got to be a matter of time. But I mean, like you said, it's too early this season, and the draft is coming down the corner. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But it's getting pretty interesting. So you get to know what's gonna happen from here.
Yeah, seriously, man. Oh, what will happen? Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's what they're gonna have to do, man. They got no choice because no team's probably not gonna give us 2 second rounders like they said it was a rumor a couple weeks ago. It's like, come on now. I don't really believe that. 2 second rounders? Man, I wish. If that was the case, you should have been did it. So, they're over there selling wolf tickets, man. They should have just swallowed their ego, got Brady. Nah, I'm not gonna do that right
now. Nah, come on, man. Don't go back in time.
But yeah, Garoppolo, man, like where we might, if we stuck with you still make him the backup though. Like if you want to keep him, okay, make him the backup this season. But Trey Lance got to be the starter.
Take a pay cut, man.
Yeah, take a pay cut at least because you're gonna get your money from just sitting holding a clipboard. Damn. Like
he'd be like clipboard Jesus, just like the other guy.
Oh,
yeah. Wait. Your volume?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought I heard something there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But speaking of the draft, man, which player do you really like coming into the draft, man? Since it's already coming down the corner.
I mean, me personally, I like that edge rusher from Oregon, man, and he's been dropping, man. He got like a weird last name. I don't know how far he's gonna drop, but I also like it's the Aiden Hutchinson. He's that pass rusher. I'm not really high on him like that, but I'm actually more higher on his teammate, on the other edge rusher. I forgot his name.
Oh, David Ojogu.
Yeah, that's my dude. I saw some film of him. I'm like, ooh, second round Niners. You better get him. You better get him.
He's only sliding because of a torn Achilles injury. I don't know if we'll roll that dice, but these are the prospects that we probably won't likely get. We're not going to get guys like Thibodeau because the guy from Oregon is going to be likely a top 5.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, he'll slide in the top 10. But the guy that we might have a better chance at getting is maybe we get a center from Boston College, or maybe we get a safety, or there's a good chance maybe we might still go wide receiver or edge rusher, despite what everybody thinks of it.
Yeah, please get a edge rusher. That's what I want, man. There's going to be a good one out there in the second round. Do whatever you got to do to get one because Bosa needs he needs another edge guy to help him out, man. Because I mean, I like Ibukam. I like the other guy we got from the Texans mid-season. I like them. I think I just want like a NASCAR version of like 4 great D linemen. on passing situations, man. Like that's what I want.
Yeah. Hey, this
Or
guy's one of the funniest delusional guys. This guy's smoking crack.
Jets game. Debo the Jets working out the contract. KT is
How are they
Jets.
working out a contract? Let's see if it's something accurate because I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
want Debo? Okay, give us 3 first-round picks and three seconds.
Dude, give us the entire package. But I don't think it's gonna happen, bro, because the Jets, you guys may have money, but you're not gonna get Debo. Debo's too much money. And if anything else, you got to realize that the reason why this is becoming a domino effect is because the stupid front office is holding on to stupid Jimmy. Jimmy needs to
Yeah.
go at this point because the more Jimmy sticks around, the more the whole entire team falls off. And sometimes you got to cut your Band-Aid because you want to keep your players. And this is a golden opportunity for the 49ers to build a winning team for the least next couple of years because Trey Lance is on a rookie contract. You want to build around the kid. You get a chance to build maybe 2 to 3 years to compete for a Super Bowl, but instead you're holding on to Jimmy and this guy's holding up the cap space. You're not going to be able to go nowhere. And while the Rams are just being super aggressive, man, they're taking players like it's nothing, bro. The cap space or whatever they're doing, bro, it's a freaking myth. And we can't even do that. I hate how this front office is trying to be so conservative in some ways. You may say it's smart on their part in some ways, bro, but the way we're doing it, you're not going to compete with the Rams. You're not going to compete with other teams like that if you want to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Rams, they did like the Rams that they didn't re-sign Von Miller, and then they did want Bobby Wagner to take a pay cut. So they haven't fit everybody in there, and plus, Andrew Whitworth, the money they were paying him, he retired now, so that's extra money. Can't stand the Rams, man. Like Matthew Stafford's still overrated to me. Aaron Donald, yeah, he was getting shut down in the Super Bowl most of the game, but that's gonna be our biggest test. I think Arizona, they're kind of to me, and
Seattle,
they're not gonna be that good. What they got? Drew Lock now. Like Drew
yeah,
Lock,
they just got him on a trade, but
like
it definitely does.
Drew Lock is a lot for us to beat them twice next year. Like stamp it, and I think we're gonna break that Seattle curse now. So Russell Wilson's out of here. He's with the Broncos, riding those horses out there in the Mile High. So
Yeah.
our way.
You're definitely seeing a lot of Denver Bronco fans coming out with that stuff, man. Before that, they were pretty chill and quiet, but now you're seeing a lot of them get into that we're going to the Super Bowl this year and all this stuff.
Going to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl talk. Yeah. I mean, they got a lot of talent, man. Both sides of the ball. We'll see what's up, though. They'll be in the thick of things, just like we will. I think the Niners, man, we're gonna be all right though. Like we got some rivals, and we got to face Denver next year. We got to face the AFC West. We got to face the toughest division. Like it's probably the toughest division like ever, and we got to face them.
They're fully loaded too. They got a lot of weapons, but the problem is offseason doesn't guarantee success right away.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's all good, Cook Smokes, bro. He doesn't come till Monday. This is my boy Antonio.
Oh yeah, man, right here, man. What's up?
Yeah, it's Antonio, not Josh, man. But it's all good, bro. I'm supposed to have Josh Hockett on a Monday, so that dude comes on Monday. Nah, I mean, speaking of the upcoming guests, I'm supposed to have Josh Hockett coming up on Monday, which is 4 p.m. And then I got 2 draft prospects on Tuesday, which I'm going to interview a couple of these prospects. I don't know if the 49ers actually visit with Jason Poe from Mercer College or whatever it was, some small college in Georgia. I'm supposed to interview him. And then I got the one from Eastern Washington, the one that the 49ers went to the pro day with. And I believe he met with the 49ers, Tristan Taylor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen that name floating around. Okay. Heck yeah, man. All the talent. That second round pick, I don't know who's dropping exactly, but I mean, we'll get somebody who falls, man. So
yeah, there's the kid from Eastern Washington. The thing with him is like the guy's been around college for a while, and it's like, damn, but he's still in his 20s. He's still younger. So, but then he's a local kid from Stockton. I checked out a couple of his highlight films. He plays like a really good savvy veteran out there in college, and he's kind of considered one of the best offensive linemen in the Big Sky Conference. And crazy that this guy followed me on Twitter, and then he instantly just showed interest to go on the show. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I want to see if it's confirmed that he did meet with the 49ers or not.
Okay, yeah, shoot, man. That's good though. Heck yeah. Um, like I said, man,
It's
and we got a lot of draft picks, so we got a lot to work with. Like 10 draft picks, something like that. We're gonna be good.
9 picks.
9 picks. We're gonna get depth with that. Or I wouldn't mind having us package some to trade up. You know, turn those 9 picks into only like 4 picks, or like trade our third rounders to move up in the first round. You know, so that's what I would do.
That would be the smart way to go if you can get some package out of those trades. Because if we got to wait until the second round for the 61 pick, don't get me wrong, maybe a late second round pick isn't the bad choice. But if you want to get somebody that's sliding, you of course you want to move up a draft board and get that guy. But let's say there is going to be a couple of prospects who are considered first round talents and they're going to slide to the second round. And if you had the opportunity to get that guy, would you do it instantly in a heartbeat? Pretty sure a lot of people would.
Yeah, like if it's like a center or something that's falling, ooh man, or an edge rusher, those are positions I would target, man, because games are won in the trenches, and you got to go trenches. You got to go the trenches route, and I mean, like I don't think we need another corner, like another young corner on the roster. I think we got some couple of developmental guys. Our 2 draft picks from last year, Lenore and Ambry Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emmanuel Mosley, we got Ward. So I mean, I'd rather sound like a vet corner. You know, and I'd rather get like a young, cheap edge rusher right now. You know,
it's a pretty deep class with edge rushers. Like in the first round, you're going to get some pretty talented elite edge rushers. Second round, there's still going to be talented guys you can still get. At like third round, you're going to get somebody who can definitely be a guy that you can get in the draft pretty good. And after the third round, I think in between the fifth round, that's pretty much your best values for edge rushers now. But after that, you can develop. They're mostly going to be developmental projects after that. But when you look at the cornerback position, it's solid. It's a solid class, but it's just like after the third round, it's likely you're going to get those developmental guys.
Yeah, and sometimes, and, you know, the Niners have a recent history of finding guys after the first round, second round. Fred Warner, you know, Elijah Mitchell, DJ Jones, George Kittle. Like they've had some success, man, with these guys. So I think they're going to continue to do that. So I think every draft we're going to find a pretty good player in the late rounds. You know,
that's our motto. We always tend to find some solid players in the late rounds. Fifth round's mostly our best spots. Sometimes sixth round, seventh round, it depends, you know. But it's kind of been our motto, like when it comes down to it. So it's like you know, the most intriguing part about this year's draft is like nobody doesn't know who we're gonna get in the second round pick. Because it's like it's a mystery for us. Because last year, everybody kind of thought for a minute we were going to go get Mac Jones for a second, but no, wasn't the case. Or Justin Fields. Nobody ever paid attention to Trey Lance that whole entire process. So that's what kind of makes it so interesting is in all perspective, we don't have a first round pick, but in the second round pick, that could be like our golden ticket to get an instant impact starter right there. So it can either be an edge rusher, an interior line, or maybe a wide receiver that could definitely develop with Trey Lance, or maybe we get an edge rusher or something.
Yeah, like we need Alex Mack's eventual replacement, you know, because he's going to be the quarterback of the O-line. You know how important centers are. You know, Jesse Sapolo, Jeremy Newberry, freaking Jonathan Goodwin, who we got as a free agent. You know, we got these centers, man. You got to have centers. So, you know, so Indianapolis Colts for many years, they had Jeff Saturday. You know, you need that quarterback of the O-line. So that's what we got to get. Have somebody who, and hopefully he can play guard the first year, you know, one of the guard spots, you know, opposite Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks got to be ready. Then put the guy at the right guard, then have Alex Mack play one more season, you know, and then, you know, he'll take over.
Yeah, that would make more sense to get somebody to eventually replace Mack. So Mack is only going to be here for 1 year. But the one interesting question about Alex Mack is I think it's only going to be one last year for him. So you're going to eventually have to find his replacement one way or the other. It's going to have to be in the draft because at least in the draft, you already know that Alex Mack's going to be your starter, but you can get this guy to groom to replace him. So there's quite a few different options out there in the draft. Like the guy from Iowa, I don't know if he'll be available. He's moving up draft boards as a first-round talent. but the kid from Boston College, Alec Lindstrom, whatever his name is, he might be out there. He might be available. And then there's quite a few different centers out there. But it's a decent class. But they got that kid from Nebraska. What's his name? Cam Jurgens.
Yeah. Cam Jerkins. Oh, that name. Okay. Heck yeah. Like I said, we need to get better in the trenches, in the interior. Hopefully McGlinchey steps up. We might need to drive his replacement, But he's on a rookie deal still, so we gotta let it play out, I guess. But yeah, get that interior and get that edge. If you don't trade up, you gotta stay pat, get the best center edge rusher available. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it should be. I mean, we're like, if you think about it, like Alex Mack is just here for now. But if you get a center in the second round pick, would it be upsetting for us? I don't know. I think it's better to get somebody to eventually take over that spot. I mean, but would you want to? It's probably better to wait in the third or fourth round to get one because centers in all positions. Because after that guy from Iowa, you only have that guy from Boston College in Nebraska, and then you got quite a few other ones who are development. But after that, it's like there's not much. There's quite a few guys who could be versatile too. So. Depends on which one you like, but the kid from Nebraska is pretty good. That Cam Jurgens guy.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nebraska. Oh yeah. If he goes to Nebraska, I'm not surprised that he's good because that's like a tough school. So yeah, go from there. Draft him, please, Shanahan Lynch. And I saw like some board. All right, since Shanahan Lynch took over 2017, I seen something earlier in the week. It was like, they're like what positions they ignore the most, and like they've only drafted maybe like one interior lineman and that's like the fewest position that they drafted since they took over. So they don't really value drafting interior O lineman other than Aaron Banks, and you saw he needed a year to watch, So I don't know. They don't draft interior O linemen, so but might change this year. You never know.
Well, last year we did get Aaron Banks pretty high because he's a guard. So I guess interior line is something we really get. So getting Jalen Moore in the fifth round isn't a high priority that we did last time, but I think it wouldn't be a surprise. Like, let's say we do end up picking a mystery position. Let's say it's just something we didn't see coming. But let's say it becomes best available, and let's say we do get somebody like an edge rusher or a wide receiver. How would you feel about this? Do you think it's just too much of a reach of a need, or do you think maybe it's best to just go with the flow?
Oh, I mean, like so what? Like draft a receiver in the second round?
Let's say we end up getting one, because knowing how this regime is, they're always looking to improve all positions, even if it's wide receiver or
even if it's not a weakness.
Even if it's not a weakness, they make it into a strength. Look at the running back group. The running back position is one of our strongest strengths at the position, but we're always looking to add some depth and always looking to improve.
Hey, that's how I am too, though. I mean, look at this past draft. Honestly, I want the Niners to draft Kyle Pitts, even though we had George Kittle, because he's best player available. I'm a best player available type of dude, man. And like I said, I want us to draft an edge, even though I think we have some pretty good edge guys, pretty good D line, but I still want that extra one. Receiver, I'll be down for that too, because I want to have a four hit. Like I said earlier, we never had four good to great receivers on the team, not from what I can remember. But if we can get somebody in the second round and he's that dude, yeah, we'll have four good to great receivers.
Or maybe a tight end. Maybe it could be a tight end out of the blue. Like nobody would expect it. Maybe we get that guy from Colorado State. That dude's pretty raw. Trey McBride, whatever his name is.
Yep, but then people were like, oh, they re-signed Ross Dwelly, so they probably won't. That don't mean nothing. Ross Dwelly can be number 3.
Or he could be cut.
Exactly. So it's like he's not some guaranteed number 2 tight end, But as a 3, that is depth, but we'll see what's up. Like I said, we're going to see if he make the team. Can he beat out this rookie dude? If he can't, I'd rather carry 2 tight ends and maybe 6 receivers.
That would make more sense for our offense, so we can do a 2 tight end set and all that stuff. So that it takes the pressure off of Kittle a little bit. Like I thought of it for a minute, at first I was like thinking, man, tight end's not quite a need. But it is important because Kittle does miss significant time, and you want to make sure your offense doesn't miss much of a beat if Kittle was out or not.
Yeah, because they're going to be bracketing Samuel and stuff, and just in case he goes out, you got to have a 2-headed running tight end monster. I want on the field version of Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. If we can get that, because Kittle's close to Gronkowski as far as playing style. Gronkowski already said, hey, he reminds me of myself more than anybody. So, like, there you go. He's a Gronk. If we can get an on-the-field version of Aaron Hernandez, that'd be great. So, or Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker, right? Yeah.
It's got to be one or the other. But when you look at the tight end class, like I can go on with a couple of good names. Like, okay, Trey McBride, I just mentioned from Colorado State. That's another guy. Let's see. There's a guy, Isaiah Likely from Coastal Carolina from a small college. I heard he's pretty good. Then they got this kid from San Jose State named Derek Deese Jr., his son. So he's another guy in the mix. Then they got his son's a beast out there at a small college. And then they got the one guy named Cole Turner from Nevada. He's solid. And then they got a couple of these Oklahoma tight ends, but they're not like your typical burner guys. They're more like your blocker or maybe kind of a solid receiver type, but they're not like – they might be more like your typical Ross Dwelly type players. So I don't think we're going to go with those guys. But then you look at a guy like Charlie Kohler from Iowa State. He's another solid guy. Then you got the kid from Wisconsin, Ferguson, and then you got – there's quite a few different prospects out there. You got like a lot of good ones out there. I mean, tight end class is pretty solid, but it's not like you can get some in a late round too, and they can be like your good player you can put out there. You got the kid from UCLA that's pretty raw too, and then you got that one dude from another college. I forget what college it was, but this dude, he's good. He's a good receiving threat there too. So like, there's quite a few good ones.
Yeah, hey, if we can get Elijah Mitchell a partner in crime, but one thing about me, I don't believe in drafting running backs in the first 3 rounds. I'll draft them after that, though. If we can get him in another guy in the 6th round, get Kittle his partner, get Bosa his partner, if we can have another receiver, hey, that's what we need. And in the center, man, we'll be good with 4 or 5 draft picks, man. Just filling those needs right there. I think those are the spots I would fill. Give Kittle another partner in crime. So, and Bosa, that's me.
Yeah, that would make more sense for us. Like that would be that would be the way the team should do it. But if you look at it that way, like a lot of the players, like that one kid from Ohio State, what's his name, Rutgers or something, that tight end. He's another solid tight end I'm hearing about. Then they got the kid from San Diego State named Bollinger or something. He's okay. I think he's an okay tight end. And then I think there's one. I think there's that one tight end from Boise State, but I don't know what his name is. But he's solid. But the point is, like a lot of these tight ends, there's quite a few good ones, but this one seems like a developmental project. Like this kid from Alabama, Latu or something. I heard that he's pretty intriguing. He's solid, but he's only got like 1 year starting experience at tight end.
Oh yeah, well,
he was playing defense before, so he was converting from. He converted from linebacker to tight end, so it's kind of like maybe an upside that you might want to take a chance on. Maybe kind of like a Blake Bell type prospect. Maybe you make the most out of this kid.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too, man. He has a high upside. Why not take a chance on him? Maybe just like Trey Lance, he only played in such amount of games, but he has that arm talent. He has that size. He has that Justin Herbert size. He had that Mahomes / Josh Allen arm talent. He got it all, man. But so yeah, just do that. That's what I would do, man. It's all about upside especially at the end of the draft. If we can get another 5th round guy, take a chance. Kind of like what the Seahawks did with Sherman in the 5th round. They got him. He was a former receiver, turn corner. They felt he had upside at corner, and he did. He played good zone corner, so that's what we need to do, man. We always got to take chances like that. Why not?
Yeah, the tight end from Alabama. Yeah, I didn't know much about him, and I looked up his film, and he was a linebacker coming out of college, and then he had to convert from tight end. So that could be one of the sleepers we might get. So just watch out for that one. That could be a possibility because we don't usually like to draft high on tight ends. We usually get them late rounds, and maybe with this Alabama tight end, you don't even have to go early. You could just wait late round and get this kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we only draft I think the highest drafted tight end for this regime was in the 5th round. Kittle and a couple guys. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Juwan Jennings is another good late round pick. My guy Jennings, 7th round pick. Excellent number 3 receiver. He breaks tackles. He led the SEC in broken tackles. That's a tough conference, and it carried over to the NFL. That's just what he did. So, we just have to keep on doing it. Keep on finding these gems. Keep us in championship mode, man. We keep finding gems like that. So
Yeah, we'll eventually find those guys. We'll find those gyms and see how it pays off. But man, I thought at first we were gonna have a couple of our guys coming by, man, but it looks like they're not even coming. So maybe by next week we'll get everything situated. Because you said you couldn't do Mondays, so I said, what the heck? I'll just do it for you on this schedule. But it looks like everybody's kind of forgotten the schedule. So,
Yeah.
but in all perspective, hopefully by next week we can get it all better, man. I know this was just a little schedule. I gave a few days notice because you told me about it, and then we were talking to them, and I thought they were going to communicate. Maybe they just had something going on. So, in all perspectively, man, we'll get back on it, man. It'll get back on track, but it was kind of like a change of schedule. So we'll probably get. You think you're good for Monday or not?
This coming Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get back on a regular basis on Monday. Usually Saturday, it's unexpected for them, so we'll see about it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give you the floor and then we're gonna end it, bro. Because I know for whatever reason, man, they're not here. It would have kept going, but we can go on and on. We'll probably save it for the following week. So I'm gonna give you the floor, bro.
All good. Hey, y'all, whoever tuned in, thanks for watching, man. 49ers, we're gonna be all right with this Debo Samuel situation. We already got the Garoppolo situation. We got this hanging over our heads. Can you imagine what John Lynch is going through right now? He's probably dealing with all the kind of headaches in Shanahan, but maybe they got something up their sleeve. So, but I'm just ready for the draft. Very ready for the draft. So, like we're gonna find other talent, and we're gonna keep on growing this Niner empire, Niner faithful, man. Get Trey Lance some help. Jimmy's still on the squad. Not sure when he'll be traded. He might be traded. Could be in a month or two. Never know in the summers. Quarterback might get injured, and he'll take over. But thank y'all for watching. Hey, man, Facts Over Feelings podcast on YouTube. 49 510 on YouTube as well. So, yes, sir. Y'all catch the others next week or
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah, catch the others next week. I guess schedule was a little different for them, but this Monday it should be good because you had something going on with your work schedule, so we're good for this week. But hey, like anybody else, go subscribe my voice channel. 49510 King. That's my guy. Go check him out.
All good.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's just end it on a high note and see y'all later. We'll see you all Monday.
All right,
Peace.
man. Monday.
No, like next Monday. I mean.
Peace
All
out.
right. Peace. All right.